Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and today I'm here with my mask collection overview. It's been a while since I've done anything remotely close to anything mask related on this channel, so I thought, being the month of Halloween, with Halloween less than a week away to be exact, it would be a pretty cool video to make. I've kind of been inspired by a few other channels to do this because I've come across quite a few channels that are doing a lot of mask unboxings and just mask reviews in general, which is awesome because I love horror themed masks. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys my collection. It's been a while. A lot of these masks were quite predominantly featured in a lot of my earlier videos. I've been mask collecting pretty much ever since I started on YouTube, so about 6 years now, and I have pretty much everything from, as you can see, pretty mediocre mass-produced masks right here through high-end mass-produced masks to the really top-tier indie stuff. So yeah, there's a bit of everything in this video, so let's get started. So these first set of masks were just cheap $5 masks that I picked up at a supermarket a few Halloweens ago. So we have these two, and for $5 a piece masks, they're not too bad. And then we have these two guys right there, and these are just like hooded face masks. Then over here we have a couple of Scream masks. These aren't from a specific independent company, they're just mass-produced masks. The Scream 4 one and the Zombie one, which is pretty cool. Then up here we have the mask from the movie series Saw, which is pretty cool, really common mask, but not too bad. I'm a massive fan of pumpkin masks, so I have these two. This is just a front face mask, and this one looks pretty cool. It's a full headed mask, so yeah, I have those. This mask right here, I've probably had it for about 10 to 15 years. I can remember picking it up ages ago at a garage sale, and it's a pretty old mask, but it's pretty cool. These two masks are just basic face masks, Dracula and then this guy, which kind of looks like a really bloodied up, demented Frankenstein. Then up here, two of my favourite slashers. We have the Jason Voorhees hockey mask. This was just a custom one that I picked up off of eBay. It's not one of the high-end custom indies or anything like that. I'd like to get into collecting them, but I really do not have the space to display them, so it seems a little bit of a waste for me at this point. But somewhere down the line I'd like to get a couple of really nice high-end hawks, but for now I have that one. Then this is the Trick or Treat Studios Economy Myers mask. It is what it is, it's not that great. This is probably one of the masks I'm most embarrassed about owning. It's a absolute dog shit looking Leatherface. There's some nice original Leatherface indie masks that I'd like to get at some point, so I may try and track down one of those at some point, because this is just an utter disgrace. Then the last two for this part, we have a couple of werewolf masks, which again are just fairly cheap, full-headed, mass-produced masks, but they're not too bad for what they are. So those are all my basic looking ones, so let's take a look at the rest. Alright, so the next mask I have is this evil clown mask, and I think I paid about $50 for this mask, and it's one of the nicest looking mass-produced masks I have ever seen. It fits really well. It's a full head mask, and yeah, it's quite large, but it looks really good. It even has the little frills as the collar. But yeah, as you can see, you know, There's some really nice detail on that. And this is the mask that I plan to wear on Halloween. So yeah, there's that one. Okay, so on this shelf we have 5 masks in total, and these have been shown quite often in my videos and my old intro. But yeah, so here we have what I'd consider to be my most rarest mask, and it's the Lord Crumb Alien mask from Bad Taste. And this mask is really, really nice. Some nice detail and shading work on it. And as you can probably see, this mask is huge. It's a really, really big mask, and it's from Bump in the Night Productions. Next to that we have just a stock standard mass-produced zombie mask. But for a mass-produced mask, it looks really, really good. Especially the paintwork around the mouth there, the tongue, the teeth, and all the paint effects with the flesh. It looks really, really good. So there's that one. Then in the middle here we have the Trick or Treat Studios Day of the Dead Bub mask. And I was pretty happy with this mask. The only issue that I have with it is the hair. If any of you are familiar with the original Tots Halloween 2 mask here, it's pretty much the same here. It's really, really thick, clunky, well not clunky, clumpy, and very hard to style, and yeah, it's a little bit too thick for my liking. But other than that, there's some nice detail on it, especially there on the face and the mouth and teeth. And then it even has the cut there that he got from the razor, just like in the film. So that's pretty cool. Bub's my favourite zombie of all time, by the way, so definitely had to include this mask in the collection. Moving on, next to him, right here, we have another mass-produced zombie mask, which looks really, really good. This particular mask looks really good worn. I'm not really going to put the mask on for this video, but believe me when I say this does look good worn. So again, for a mass-produced mask, the detail looks amazing. Again, like the other zombie mask, just the paintwork and the detail around the mouth with the flesh and gore looks really, really good. Then the last mask we have here on the shelf is another zombie mask. And if any of you are familiar with the City of the Living Dead, this is the mask that's featured on some of the artwork for that movie. It's the Gates of Hell mask, and it looks really, really good. This is a pretty large mask, especially all the mask around the neck. So it is a really, really large mask, and it looks pretty cool. So those are the 5 masks that I have sitting on the shelf right here, which is sort of the centerpiece, I guess, to my horror room. And last but certainly not least for my masks is pretty much my pride and joy of my horror collection, and that is my Michael Myers masks. So I don't have every single mask from every single film, but on this shelf pretty much represents my favourite masks within the franchise for the most part. So first up here is my most expensive mask, and it's pretty much my holy grail H1 mask. It's the NAG 75K WMP. In my opinion, it's extremely, extremely screen accurate. I just absolutely love the weathering on this mask. It's not too overdone, and there's not a lot of flesh tone, but there is just enough for it to really pop out in my opinion. So there's that one. Really happy to have this mask. Ever since I really got into collecting for the Halloween franchise, I've been wanting a H1 mask like this, so to have one finally that I consider a Grail piece is amazing to me. Next up we just have a custom made Halloween 2 mask, which is pretty cool. It's a little on the small side, but I basically have all my masks just for display purposes anyway, so it's not a huge issue. And the weathering on that one's pretty cool. I wouldn't consider this anywhere close to an Halloween 2 Grail for me, but it does look pretty cool, and it certainly looks a lot better than the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 2 mask that I used to have. This mask right here is the Trick or Treat Studios H6 mask, and this mask right here is a prime example of a mass-produced mask done right. And a lot of other people have commented in their videos saying that this mask looks better than some of the independent Halloween 6 masks on the market, and I most definitely think so as well. I've seen some pretty nice independent Halloween 6 masks, like the Raining Blood and stuff like that, I believe that's what it's called. But for a $60 or $50 mass-produced mask, this mask is amazing. It's my favourite mask within the Halloween franchise, by the way, so yeah, if you're a Halloween fan and you don't own this mask, pick it up. It's the best mass-produced mask that I have ever seen, and it's just amazing, and it's a must-own. So yeah, by far, by leaps and bounds, Tot's best Myers mask to date. Then I also have a couple of Rob Zombie remake masks. Really happy to have this one. I've been wanting it for a while. It's the BC Pro Asylum Escape mask, and I've just added a wig to it just to make it a little bit more accurate to the movie. But this one's really good. It's got nice paintwork and detail to it, and it's extremely screen accurate. It's probably the most screen accurate mask I have within my Myers collection in my opinion, so that's pretty cool. Then next to that we have the Rob Zombie Destroyer mask, which I picked up pretty cheap, and I really like it. I know some people aren't big fans of it and say that the Del Toro masks are a lot better. I don't know, as cool as they are, I'm extremely happy with this piece. So there's that. And lastly, for my Halloween collection masks, we have a young Michael Clown mask from the remake, which I actually set up on a little bit of a mannequin thing, with the same t-shirt that he wore in the movie, blonde wig and the mask. This isn't one of the screen accurate masks because it is a large mask, but I think I paid about $10 or $15 for this mask from a costume shop online, so I'm happy with that. That is pretty much my mask collection. So as I said, I have quite an array of masks, from the really cheap stuff to the high-end mass-produced masks, then to some of the really top-tier indie masks. So as I said, I've been into masks for quite a while. It's been a while since I've added anything new to the collection. There's a couple of masks that I do plan to order very soon, so that's a little bit of a hint for a future video. But yeah, I was just in the mood to do this video after seeing a lot of other mask unboxing videos recently. It definitely got me in the mood to do something mask related on this channel. It's been a while. And one last thing quickly before I end this video, I almost forgot to mention it, but if you're planning to start getting into mask collecting, my number one tip would be, if you find a mask that you're interested online, make sure that you do your research, you check out reviews, you hopefully come across some videos that actually show what the mask looks like in person, or at least on screen, so you can have a little bit of a better idea on the mask that you're getting. Because I can tell you 9 times out of 10, and I've even had this disappointment myself, I've seen a stock image of a mask online, it looks great, and then when I've got it in person, it either doesn't look so good or it looks completely different. And if you're spending a certain amount of money on a mask, you can easily be pretty disappointed. So unfortunately for me, living in Australia, a lot of the stores around here don't really stock the masks that I am interested in collecting anymore, so it makes it a little bit different. But I know in America now would be the perfect time to pick up some masks, because I know a lot of stores sell a lot of masks. Trick or Treat Studios do a great job for the most part, but again, they're one to watch out for, because quite often their stock images on their website look a lot different to the actual masks that they send out. Their original Halloween 2 masks are a prime example of that. Yeah, they did look completely different in person to how they advertised them. So that would be my biggest tip. Do your research, check out some videos if you can, and that is especially paramount if you're wanting to pick up some of the high-end masks that cost hundreds of dollars. Just do your research and you should be fine. Anyway guys, that would be my number one tip that I quickly wanted to mention if you're getting into mask collecting. Just make sure that you do that, because trust me, some images that you see online and the mask that you receive in the mail can look completely different. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the masks that I own. If you own any masks in your horror collection, feel free to do a video response. I'm definitely keen to see what you guys have in the way of masks. And yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.